Hey folks, we're back with another Jimmy Buffett request. This is a gift request. Ryan from Odessa, Florida is made a gift to the channel, so we're doing this. I mean, the love and outpouring of support and fondness for Jimmy, it's not overwhelming. It's just beautiful. It's welcome. It's so endearing because he was such a nice and good guy. So it seemed, right? So parrot heads, there's a reason they love him as much as they do. And I'm doing He Went to Paris. Ryan, you got your gift request in just a few hours before Phyllis. Carolina's Beauty did. So Carolina's Beauty, if you see this, you've got to give me another request because this one gets credited to Ryan. So let's see. And thank you for the kind words, Ryan, in the request. They were very endearing. Thank you. All right, let's see what Jimmy's got for us. I don't know this. He Went to Paris. I don't know the song.
I'd like to do one song for you now. Before we do that, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend of mine who spent about a year, 6 years. It seemed like 6 years. Spent about a year with us on the road in the old Coral Reaper Band, and we wrote a couple of songs together, some new things that we're going to do tonight later on. But on this particular song, would you please welcome from Nashville, Tennessee, Mr. Tim Krekel right here. Nice vest, huh? Yeah. This is a song that probably out of all the things I've written, yeah, I got favorites, and this happens to be one of them. And, yours too? Well, I'm glad. That's not rehearsed, you know. You won't see this shit at the Tony Orlando show, but
Jimmy ran deep.
This song I wrote for a couple of old friends of mine. One named Jesse Bartholomew, who is an old wino down in New Orleans, and I learned a lot from old winos down there, and also to an old friend named Eddie Balchowski up in Chicago, Illinois, who was in the Abraham Lincoln Brigade in the Spanish Civil War and told me many fascinating stories about those times. And the first time I went overseas, I went to Paris, and it struck my heart, as it does to most romantics. And now with this cheap-ass airfare, there's no excuse for anybody not to go to Paris. Do yourself a favor, you know?
Yeah, not
but
anymore.
The basis of this is that these old men had gone through so much and were still boogieing their asses off in the late years of their life. And that's the only thing that you can ask out of anyone. This is called He Went to Paris.
I can't imagine what he's going to do with this. Got a Cat Stevens feel.
He went to Paris, looking for answers to questions that bothered him so. He was impressive, young and aggressive, saving the world on his own. But the warm summer breezes, French wines and cheese put his ambitions at bay. Summers and winters scattered like splinters, and 4 or 5 years slipped away. He went to England, played the piano, married an actress named Kim. They had a fine life. She was a good wife and bore him a young son named Jim. And all of the answers and all of the questions locked in his attic one day. He liked quiet, clean country living, and 20 more years slipped away.
So at this point in the song, he's living in the UK, and he's got a son. 20 more years slipped away. Well, he married a Brit, or in the UK. I don't know if they moved back to France. I didn't get that sense that that's what he did, but let's see. The first 5 years in Paris, he chilled out a bit. Gave up some of his ambition.
War took his baby, bombs killed his lady, and left him with only one eye.
Wow, the war.
Body was battered,
Shit.
his whole world was shattered, and all he could do was just cry. While the tears were falling, he was recalling answers he never found.
Yeah.
So he hopped on a freighter, sailed across the ocean, and left England without a sound. Now he lives in the islands, fishes the pylons, drinks his green label each day, writing his memoirs, losing his hearing, but he don't care what most people say. 'Cause through 86 years of perpetual motion, if he likes you, he'll smile and he'll say, Jimmy, some of it's magic, some of it tragic, but I had a good life all the way.
It's quite a perspective.
He went to Paris, looking for answers to questions that bothered him so.
Not knowing Jimmy's life, family, genealogy, family tree, all that stuff. I mean, was this written about like his grandfather or father possibly? Because in the beginning of the song, I didn't pick up on the fact that this gentleman went to Paris prior to the war. But then when it said that, the bomb dropped, he lost his eye, lost his wife, then he moved to the islands. I mean, that's how I heard this. Live versions and the diction and what I hear for the first time can cause me to miss a few things. And I do normally in songs by songwriters like this, where there's a lot of context and there's texture and there's depth and all. It's not linear, not simplistic, like, I guess maybe I shouldn't say it like this, but some Nashville songs, let's put it that way, are just, my girl left, my truck died, it rained, my dog died, whatever. It's pretty simple stuff. Songs like this, singer-songwriters, which Jimmy was, they're different. They contextualize things, they texturize things. You can kind of feel certain things that you'd otherwise only hear. And this is one of those songs where it's like it seems to hit so close to home. And is it a coincidence that the name Jimmy came up in the song? Or Jim, I think he said, not Jimmy. But yeah, and then he moved to the island, and I love that detail. If he liked you, he'd just smile and say something simple. Life isn't all that bad or something, but he wouldn't say much more. But he's writing his memoirs. And was this song taken from those memoirs? If it's true, if I'm right in my conjecture that or the possibility that it might be his father or grandfather's, I guess it would be his father's. No, it could be his grandfather's. Yeah, it's right in the middle age there where it could be, I guess, either, I think. But did he find those? Because he said, they mentioned an attic, and he mentioned going to the island to write his memoirs. And, son of a sailor, sort of told the story of Jimmy's life. All right, Ryan. Yeah, this is one of these things where when you've only been exposed to Margaritaville and it's 5 o'clock somewhere, Margaritaville is actually a much deeper song. I gave that a 10 because I was so freaking the studio version because I was so shocked. And what I discovered about the depth of that is a story of self-realization. Because at first it was nobody's fault, then it might have been his fault, then it was his fault. Like the self-realization thing as you go through life. What a way of depicting it. That's Margaritaville. Songs like this too. Am I gonna rate this? Because it's a song that strikes me as being about a family member. I mean, obviously I could be way off on this thing, but I think I'm gonna refrain from rating it. Please don't be upset with me on that, because I do like to show a certain measure of respect, and songs that are patriotic or homages to others, that's my way of showing respect. So I'm gonna leave that one be. But yeah, I hope I didn't butcher the interpretation of that song, Ryan, and Carolina's Beauty, because you're gonna see this as well. You'd requested it, but I'll be doing a different song for you. It may not even be a Jimmy one, Phyllis, but there it is, folks. He went to Paris. That he did. And then he moved to an island after life went downhill in ways, but he wasn't bitter about it. So, wow. I hope I live up to that standard in my lifetime. Have a great day. I'll see you on another video and keep rocking the country and Jimmy's version of it.